Okay, let's make some edge loops to have a little bit more control about that. For this, I start, for example, here on the right side again, here, and I press the C key, and for adding edge loops, you use the poly split. And poly split has two modes. One is poly split and one is edge loop. Like I've said, it's the same node, so we use edge loop. And we get a poly split here in the type edge loop. And with this mode, we can now hover over an edge here and move our mouse here to set a position where you want to have the edge loop. If you need a snapping, you can activate here edge snap, or you can use your mouse wheel. So if you scroll it upwards, you have now two divisions, and you see you get here a point where you can snap directly in the middle of this edge here. But in our case, it's not so important. So I scroll down until the edge snap is gone again. So, okay, I make a cut here. And now we want to place and manipulate this cut so that it fits. For this, we need now in edge mode this edge selection. So let's take a look here. If we press the S key for selection, we see that we are now in the primitive mode. So let's switch here to the edge mode. And to select an edge loop, you can make a double click here directly on the edge. You see now it's completely selected. In the moment we now want to manipulate this edge loop, we get an edit node. And that's absolutely okay, because now we are moving the edges, the points around, and everything what we want to do now with this edge loop here is encapsulated in one edit node. So I split normally my steps into different edit nodes, but every edit node is doing one thing. This edge loop, for example. So I go now here to my tools. So I have here move, it's T, we have rotate, it's R, we have scale E, and we press the E key. I scale here, and now it's important again that you keep in mind that we only see here an auto view. So I scale here first in this direction here, then I press the T key and move this. And sometimes you want to have the direction here of this widget in a different direction. In the moment, you see that the handle looks exactly in the direction here of my selection. But if you want to change that, for this we use the keyboard shortcut M. M toggles through the different alignments of our widget. You see it here. And if you want to see what is what, you can make a right mouse button click here on a handle. And here you see we have a line handle and the keyboard shortcut M, and here are the different modes we are using in the moment. So if you go back to object, for example, you see now it's in the object mode. Then we can go here, and if you go to component, then you have this local view, which it's normally placed in. So that's the M key. So this here looks good. From my perspective, we need another one here. So C key, edge loop, place it, click, and now we can press the E key and start scaling here. So because we were in the edge mode, we have directly the selection and the tool in the edge mode. That's good. I press here now the T key to place this. Nice. And now we go back here, edge loop here, click, E key, scale, T key, and we move to this point here. That's nice. Maybe we take here another cut. So another edge loop here, click, E, scale a little bit out, T key. Like I've said, you can now cycle through the different modes here and bring it down, something like that. So now we have a little bit more resolution here in the whole object, and it fits a little bit better here in the whole banana. Question is how to get this now smooth. What we want to use is a subdivision surface approach, and for doing that we can do it in the hard way, or we can do it on the container as a preview. The hard way would be to add here a subdivide node. So if you add here a subdivide node, hook it up, you see now But the moment you do that, you get a subdivision. You can say here how deep you want to do it with Catmull-Clark OpenSubDiv, and you get this form here. And yeah, I think this looks a little bit like a banana. Great. But this is the hard way. You have now your polygons in, and if you work from this point on, you work with all the polygons. What you can do is you can move this apart, and you work still here at this part of the tree. You add your nodes here, and then you preview it here. But what you also can do is you can set a special display flag on the container. For doing that, I press the plus key on my keyboard, and I have to go over my viewport here to do that. And in the moment I do that, you see now you get this here as a preview. You see your geometry here as the cage, and inside of this cage you now see here the flatted, or better to say the subdivided object. What happened in the background is that if I go here out into scene view and onto the container, you see that here under render, you see the bold text indicates that Houdini says that something has changed here inside of this tab. So go into that. We have now a display as subdivision surface for surfaces and curves. So this is the plus key. If you want to get rid of that, I use my, on the German keyboard, Shift minus, or you on a US keyboard, you can use the minus key, or you can change your hotkeys here if you like. So you can go in here and say, I want to search for subdivision. And now you see that we have here the turn on viewport subdivisions and the turn off viewport subdivisions, and here you can set your keyboard shortcuts for them, but in my case it's okay. So I use the plus key now, and now you see the result here. It's really organic, and yeah, we get now the shape here. So in the next step, we now want to add the typical form that we have here, more than one edge, because this here, if we look at this here, is absolutely round, and a banana isn't round. But this is something we do in the next step.